It's a little distorted and I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, she's a... Mama,
been a long time, we've been friends. I think we need some time alone. Had a boyfriend.
What up, photography gang? It's your boy D with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Sony DS-T1, which is not this camera. It's a 5 megapixel, not this camera either. It's a 5 megapixel digital zoom camera, Carl Zeiss lens, point and shoot camera.
What a bad thing left you all alone. En la esquina, en la calle, no. That the business violence todo. And I know you understood, you from Mexico, baby girl. Hey, you with the way, yeah, how you been lately? Hey, I'm in the lost and found nothing crazy. Waiting for a beautiful thought to come claim me. Time to spend no good to exchange me up. Tell you how it is. If you want.
I honestly don't believe that 5 megapixels is enough to even replace a 35mm film camera. But I've been shooting these cameras side by side just to see the results.
Nothing crazy, waiting for a beautiful thought to come claim me. Time to spend no good to exchange me up. Tell you how it is. If you wanna,
Correct, look.
if you wanna fuck, I'm trying to get it in, trying to run it up. Hand on the titty, hand on the butt. No respect, no never love. But I wanna see you smile in the sunshine. But I wanna suck your neck like a vampire. Maybe we can swap a little bit of enzyme.
Originally, I was going to compare the Sony 5 megapixel camera versus the Olympus Mu, but for whatever reason, when I sent it to the lab, they came back with tint distortion and color noise. So I ended up just making the video mainly about the Sony DSC-T1. So most of the photos are of this 5 megapixel camera, and then I will add some of the usable Olympus Mu shots alongside some of the shots for comparison.
Treat you like a queen, your empire. Give you a little massage, I love you long time. Girl, your heart so cold, but your heart fire. If you let me down, but you're going incline. And you look so cute with your attire. You belong on a cover ever in time. Body so holy, got me none to you. It's a few or you lay by your papaya. Got that high heels on.
One of the main things this camera did a lot, especially in this shadow area, is it shot at 1/40th of a second, which is pretty hard to capture motion, which you get a lot from kids and dogs in particularly, so making it difficult to get a sharp photo with subjects in it.
Put a ring on it now is a hate crime. She know that I'm free. She my favorite song, I gotta sing it on repeat.
Like any images or any files, you can edit these on Lightroom and they actually turn out pretty okay. Being 5 megapixels and being JPEGs, a little edit goes a long way, so I definitely suggest if you're going to edit these, you edit just like 5 to 10 differences, but nothing major, nothing crazy. I use light S-curve and raising shadows, dropping highlights, main stuff, a little bit of saturation, but not too much to edit to get these kind of results.
She know that I'm free. She my favorite song, I gotta sing it on repeat. Got my favorite car, I got the muffler on the lead. Racing on the highway, but I'm cruising on the street. Yeah, acting overease. Y'all don't fuck with cops already, blue just like police. Yes, I love some mess, but I still suck on double D's. Peanut butter, chocolate, hand, and piece of Reese. Me and Shotty eating, put my head up in the reed. Couldn't tell me please. Took my service back, I put the contract on release. Used to be like 3. Then I went to kindergarten, learned my ABCs.
One major thing I did end up doing is I went to the optics and I ended up enabling lens correction, which ends up helping the image feel a little bit more realistic. It does like a more fish eye bubble look, and then when you correct it, it kind of makes everything more, I guess, more geometrical, or I don't know what word I could use there, but yeah. Another thing I noticed with these JPEGs is that I had to do a lot more editing. I believe it's due to the inconsistency with the overall exposure of the images. Most of the time when I'm shooting with the Sony or with a more modern digital camera, I can copy the edits and paste them on the next image and be pretty content with the results. But with these files, I had to spend a lot more time seeing what I like more or what I can do to make these images more to my style and to be pleased with the results. Size wise, as you can tell, this is a very pocketable camera. It's not bigger, even smaller than some people's wallets. Definitely back in the day, smaller than my dad's wallet that he used to carry around with him. Doesn't take too much space in your pocket, doesn't take too much space in your jacket or your camera bag. So, which all in all just means that you'll feel more inclined to take it with you out wherever you're going to explore, shoot, or just have fun. The images that you get with the 5 megapixel Sony are pretty usable for social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you like using or sharing your photos with, for printing out 4x6s. But I don't think that these images would be usable for anything larger than that. Even on my iPad, I ended up reviewing the photos and you end up losing a lot of detail and sharpness. It's weird to look at the images. It's almost like our eyes are playing tricks on us. Our eyes see the image and our brain does the rest of the work to communicate who or what we're seeing and what is actually captured. Because when you zoom in, you can actually see the lack of detail and a lot of pixelation. This effect is similar to art or images that are upscaled but have very low megapixels. I feel like if you check it out from a distance, or it's more about where you stand in correlation to the image for you to be able to see the image or see the painting. Our eyes and brain end up compensating and helping us see the actual image versus when you're close by and you can kind of see every little stroke or every single square pixel, which I just found kind of valuable and funny. As for top photos, my first top photo is going to be of the intersection on Douglas Street in San Francisco. I love the street view and the random spots of green and the random spots of orange that you can kind of just see in the street. If you know San Francisco, you know that Twin Peak Tower. Just an interesting shot, but again, once you zoom in, you'll start seeing a lot of squares. I say this because if you wanted to end up printing this out, I don't believe you could go anything bigger than even a 5x7 without seeing a lot of pixelation. My second top shot is of my father. The color is really red and kind of off, but I like it. The details in his face, they're strong. It definitely has a mafioso feel type feeling. With him being on the phone, the hat, and his shadows, or the shadows on the wall from the harsh lighting, like the contrast. The third top photo is of my niece. She kind of has her hand up there telling Coffee to sit. I just think it's a really good moment. It's a lot of harsh lighting. If you zoom in, there's a lot of strong highlights and pixelation, but overall I think the camera does a really good job for the type of setting it is. There's a lot of strong shadows, strong contrast, and it does a decent job. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. This is a digital diary of the Sony DSC-T1. I believe it's the first kind of this type of model with the sliding of the lens. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, guys, happy shooting.